All right. A bit red today. It's October 17th, 2025. But let's see what my plan was and how I executed against it. So um, I have some cash secured puts. I did get an AMZZ cash secured put just because I wanted to buy Amazon, but at a cheaper price if it keeps going down. That's a buy and hold. Beyond, pretty happy with that. The there was a there's some news around Beyond, some dilution, but the shares are getting snatched up, and it touched zero point 0.5 yesterday, but I averaged up, and I ended green today with Beyond. We'll see what next week brings. If there's a short squeeze, or or if Beyond goes towards bankruptcy. Although I think Beyond has a little bit more to go before bankruptcy. I think we'll see at least a bounce. Gold, I had a straddle, but I messed up my plan. I did not stick to my plan. It was going down, 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 which is good. I was making money, but I did something dumb and I sold some of my puts on the way down. And I do have some puts left here, but as it went down, my calls lost more value than my puts recovered. So I'm actually down gold for the day. If it bounces going into the weekend and Monday, looking good, awesome, but we'll see. Oscar, I have some cash secured puts. Currently, they're in the money. There was a technical breakdown of the upward trend line here. That would have been a good sign for me to get out. Right now, we're under all the EMAs. Um, we do have a put wall not too far away, though. So I'm going to keep holding my cash secured puts. If I get assigned, let's see, maybe I'll be selling secured calls up here, and then I'll be holding until it reaches this next level. There are some other levels here, though. Maybe we'd see a bounce right around here. Bull, bull is just bullshit. Still on a downtrend. There was a mini breakout, but no volume yet. Luckily, I'm holding a little bit of leaps, shares, cash secured puts. If I get assigned, I'll be somewhere up here. So we'll just see how it goes. I did see what looked like a relative volume spike at least right here. That gave me some confidence to keep holding. And then, well, what I thought over here was accumulation. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was people still offloading their shares from the expiry. We'll see how that goes. Currently trading at what's it trading at? 11. Yeah, so I'm down $1 on everything. Leaps are leverage, so down a little bit more on that. BCRX, yeah, that's just a speculative single contract. Snow, all right, Snow. I think I'm early on Snow, but I think it's going to go down. Look at the volume on this candle. Big green candle, 27,000 shares over a 4 hour period. Huge red candle. Look at that absolute volume, 436,000. That's my thesis. So, um, if it goes up, let's say Monday I open red for Snow, I'm going to be watching volume closely, real close at this trend line because we're actually in an ascending wedge. Oh, shoot. We're actually in an ascending wedge, um, which usually is a sign of a reversal. It is possible with earnings coming up that it wedges all the way up to earnings. Um, if it does, I'm not going to go heavy into puts, but I will have at least one put going into earnings because if you look historically, Snow is big, big up, big down on earnings. Um, if I were to bet money, I'd bet big down because it's not the first time we've seen an ascending wedge going into earnings. So the market always has a plan in mind. They just need a catalyst. And I think earnings might be that catalyst if we don't see some downward movement pretty soon. I do kind of hope it would bounce downward sooner because I already bought one. But I'll wait here and I'll get in a full position if I see low volume still. Although with earnings coming up, I think full position might just be a couple contracts for me because earnings is a curveball. Amazon. This started to break out of its downward trend. Let's take a look. But what's missing? Volume. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. The good news is we're still above the put wall. We're looking pretty good on the trend line. I did sell out of Microsoft because I think I'm too heavy into tech. We'll see if I'm wrong. Maybe Amazon is the one that goes down, and Microsoft is the one that goes up. If that's the case, then I'll have to do a post-mortem on that. I did sell out of USAR because it hit my stop loss. This one I stuck to my plan. Low volume, plus it hit this. If I were to bet money, I think we're going to go all the way down to this next level, right where it broke out. Maybe it'll stop halfway in between and bounce up, but I'm going to bet down. I'm not phased by this pop up until I see volume. But we'll see. I also sold out of ASPI. It broke below its EMA on the 4 hour. Simple as that. No volume. That means I'm stopping out. Now, I think a good time to buy back in would be at 9. If nuclear is still hot, 9 would be, I think, the next level around that area, just based on the chart. But I think I'm out of this for a while. I did have a day trade on Johnson & Johnson. That was green. When I'm seeing with Johnson & Johnson here, I'm seeing a wedge. It's coming out of earnings. I think the market's still trying to figure out, does it go up? Does it go down? Or maybe there's accumulation happening. I think that's possible too. But I did start to see a breakout of the wedge. So if you follow these lines here, I saw a breakout. I bought on the retrace right here. I think that would continue to go higher. But as you see here, there's not enough volume for me to, if we zoom in, there's not enough volume for me to stay in. And honestly, I'm glad I got out at this point. We'll see what next week brings. I bought right here on the first retest on the hourly. And then there's just no follow through. It got weak. And you can see the relative the relative strength compared to QQQ and SPY. Just going down. And it ended the day red. So I don't know where Johnson & Johnson's going to go. We got to wait for this wedge to complete. If it breaks out, maybe I'll consider getting back in. Or maybe this EMA, some of these EMAs will catch up to it. And then it'll break out. Let's see what next week brings.